Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'll be trying out the Maybelline Dream Brightening Creamy Concealer. But before we dive into this video, if you're new here, welcome. I post new first impression reviews regularly, and if this is something that you're interested in, consider subscribing so you can be alerted when I post new content. So I bought the shade Fair number 10 Fair, which is the lightest shade available. At first glance, it looks light enough, but you never know with these concealers really. If you're new here, I have extremely dry skin, especially in the inner corners of my eyes. So it's essential that I use a concealer that doesn't dehydrate my skin further. Also, I have hereditary under eye dark circles, so I require a concealer that has excellent coverage as well. So let's check out some of the claims on Maybelline's website. Dream Brightening Creamy Concealer delivers medium to full coverage for a luminous finish. Maybelline's Cream Glide formula with light reflecting pearls achieves brilliant, bright-eyed perfection on the go. And that's all it really says. So this concealer is available in 6 different shades, and it retails on Ulta's website for $9.99. So if you want to know what I think of Maybelline's Dream Brightening Creamy Concealer and how it applies and wears throughout the day, don't go anywhere, just keep watching. Hair clip adjustment, much better. So I'm also currently filming a review for the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, which is why my foundation is done. So the packaging for this concealer is a little different than most. It comes in this solid crayon type packaging. Just gonna test this out on my hand first. Solid concealers worry me a little bit because I just want to make sure I'm using a product where I'm not like dragging and pulling and tugging around my eye area because it is so delicate. But this seems to be okay. I'm barely putting any pressure on and the product is just applying fine. So according to the website, I am supposed to dot this around my eye area and then blend it out with my finger or a brush. I'm going to use this little concealer brush from IT Cosmetics because I tend to get the best coverage when I use a brush. Let's go to town. This is a little bit more difficult to apply. Although it is creamy, it's still a little bit more difficult. So far the color seems okay. It is light enough for me. I tend to like a brighter under eye, and this one seems to blend well with the foundation I've chose. It's not a thicker consistency that I'm used to, but because it's in a solid form, it's a little trickier. Even just dotting it on my face, I felt like I was tugging a little bit more than I would like to. Because I have a little bit of under eye dryness that I see poking through, I don't want to aggravate the problem, so I'm not going to set this with the finishing powder. I want to see how it wears on its own throughout the day. I still see a little bit of darkness poking through, but it's not crazy obvious. So far this concealer is just okay. The coverage is pretty decent. And I've been making faces in the mirror for the last 5 minutes, and one thing that's a big bonus is this hasn't been settling into the fine lines around my eyes. So far I would just say it's okay, only because I do see a lot of under eye dryness happening. So that is where we're at this point. I will check in with you guys in 5 hours and let you know how this concealer is held up throughout the day. So the time is 3:26. So far, this concealer is just sort of meh for me. So let's talk about what I like first. It hasn't settled into any fine lines at all, and it's not creasing, it's not cracking. It's for the most part stayed in place. I say for the most part because right here, there's some caking that's happened right in the corner of my eyes. I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera, but it's not really that attractive looking. I don't know, it's just, this side is okay. It seems to have held up okay on its own, but for some reason on this side, I've had that caking thing happening, and then down here, my dark circle is almost like completely exposed. It's very, very weird. Also, this concealer has this weird illuminating thing that I really wasn't paying attention to at first, but I guess illuminating is code word for glitter, because I have like glitter, this glittery thing happen underneath both my eyes, which, I mean, I'm all for a brightening effect and everything, but I don't want it to look like I have like highlighter underneath both my eyes. I mean, on one hand, I like that it's not creasing and I like that it's not settling into fine lines, but I'm not really too jazzed with what else is going on there. So that is it for my 5-hour check-in. I will check in with you guys later on and let you know how this has been holding up. So we're calling the time check at 8:07. I think the concealer has roughly been on for about 10 hours. So let's take a peek at this. You know, it doesn't look like it's gotten any worse. It looks a little dry, definitely drier than I would like it to be. I don't know, that glitter thing is really getting on my nerves, and it's much more obvious in these lights. I mean, it's really something to be aware of. I really don't want glitter in my concealer. I really don't know anyone that does. Not sure what Maybelline was thinking. Yeah, it still hasn't creased or settled into fine lines. This is the eye that was causing me some problems earlier. There's still like that cake factor that happened up there, and then down here it looks like one of my dark circles is completely exposed. I mean, on one hand, I'm happy because it's not creasing and it's not settling into fine lines. I'm not crazy with everything else about this. I don't really see myself reaching for this one much in the future, if at all. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up or consider subscribing so you can be alerted when I post new content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!